think, yeah, might be gathering the deck and get ready for wartime.
Yeah.
So what preparations do you take? You man the ballistas. Like, do you bring the ship about? What do you? What's going on here?
With no wind, I don't think we're gonna try and bring the ship about. I mean, it's coming from every angle anyway.
Right.
How much firewood do we actually have? Can we keep this fire pit burning until we expect the ice to reach us?
You could keep it burning, for intents and purposes, indefinitely. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give you an exact tonnage of how much firewood you're carrying, but you have enough for whatever purposes you want to do with it.
Okay.
Eldove, when these Sahagin started attacking you, did they appear to be boarding the ship from outside? Like, how did they actually enter the ship?
That's a good question. Did they come up over the sides?
They came up over the sides, where they used hooks, they pulled themselves up, and they overpowered the crew of your ship.
From all sides, basically, it seemed like?
Well, the ice had done great damage to the 3 ships after it crushed inward on the hull and did quite a lot of damage, but then the Sahagin came up, and there were quite a lot of them. And the fighters were ineffective in the deep fog. They were not able to see. That was the main problem.
Can the ballista aim downward on our ships?
You could prop up the back of it and aim it downward. Like, directly downward along the hull? Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's designed to be fired out at other ships. And that's why I told Eldove earlier, this ship is not really equipped to deal with sea monsters attacking.
Borders.
Well, it's equipped to deal with borders, just not borders coming up from below. They would have to deal with borders coming across.
The crew bring 4 ballista and get them into a grouping here so they can hit the deck of the ship rather than hit other ships. And those will be the ones that we manned.
So, okay, you pull the 4 ballistas in. This way you can... I mean, they're easy enough to... It takes a full action to swivel them around, and then another action to fire.
So if I have 2 men on each ballista, can they be done in the same round?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, because we've got 8 crewmen. So.
You do. So those are the... So you're gonna put the crewmen on the ballista, and that.
Yep. We've got the, and then we're gonna divide up those fire pits so that we hopefully provide light around where you would be able to basically around the edges of the ship.
Okay.
I feel like we can fight off sea monsters. I'm worried about the damage the ice will do to the ship in the process, but I don't think we have any good ideas.
I don't know what our answers are for that, unfortunately.
Eldove, the problem when the Sahagin attacked wasn't the lack of light, the problem was the density of the fog. So having the fire there, you're not sure how much good it would do as far as illuminating the area, because the illumination was not the problem.
I'm going to ask the captain if he has any means of dispelling magic, because I feel like the fog was magical in origin.
No, not on the ship.
So my next question is, what do you do with Fila, Traeger, Ryler, and Arvin?
Ryler can stay in his quarters.
Okay, he's happy to do so.
And Traeger can stay below deck.
Actually, Ryler would rather be below deck.
Okay. Arvin should be manning the medical bay, just in case.
Okay, but are you going to barricade the door to below deck?
Yes.
Yes. How do you do so? Do you drag heavy weights on top of it? Do you try to chain it shut? What do you do?
Oh, actually, from our deck to below deck, from the main deck to the sub deck.
No, from the main deck to the sub deck. I'm assuming that nobody cares about below deck.
Yeah.
Is that here or this one over here?
That is this one here, and that comes down on this staircase.
It sounds like we put our ballistas right on top of it already.
That's a good way to barricade it, I suppose. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to open it easily.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell Arvin we'll do a series of knocks, or if I'm there, I'll just talk to his mind.
Okay. You need line of sight to do that, though. Didn't we determine that?
Oh, do we? Okay.
Yeah, you need line of sight. You need to be able to see him. But, I mean, you can look down through the trapdoor. No, it doesn't have a grate. It was solid wood. Yeah, it was solid wood. So, no, you don't have line of sight unless you open the door.
Okay.
And that's how things sit. Are any of the PCs below deck? Is anybody else downstairs? No. Okay. And you keep the braziers lit through the night. It becomes difficult to see the ice out over the darkness, but...
Can I stay in the mast for now?
You can, but your dark vision only goes 60 feet.
Okay.
So, I mean, after the sun goes down, you no longer have illumination out there.
Can I see the deck from up there, though? Can I have a full field of vision at the deck?
They have lit braziers on the deck, so yeah, the deck is fully illuminated. And even if they didn't, I mean, just the standard lanterns and such you had around, just so people could move about the deck at night.
I'm gonna hang out up there with you then.
Can I hit the deck with my arrows from up here?
Absolutely.
That's where I'm getting
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
Okay,
range
I'm up in
is
the
really
I'm up in the
long.
crow's I'm up in the crow's nest then.
Yeah, I'm gonna move myself to the crow's nest as well. I'll hang out with you there.
Everybody roll a new initiative.
The one thing I'm going to do is, like, every hour or so, I'm going to light one of the ballista heads on fire and have them fire it out at an arc. See if it hits the ice yet, just to make sure we're estimating this right overnight.
And over the course of the night, your estimations seem to be holding correct.
Okay. It's linear, it's not logarithmic. Good.
Okay. It's,
I got a 14.
Okay, so Eldove is a 14.
Tarin X at 12.
12.
17 for Adric.
I'm sorry, what was Adric?
17.
17? How come I got the numbers
Yep.
on one side and not the other? That was dumb. I'm
And
dumb, apparently.
Zook rolled a 9.
Zook rolled a 9. And you said 17, Adric?
Yep.
Alright.
Where's my crew? Should I roll for them?
No, because they're not going to... I mean, I'm not going to sit
Okay.
here and... that's a lot of dice for me to roll. You're creating a lot of work for me.
I was just wondering at what turn they acted, so we could keep a, what.
They're
keep an eye on them,
just
basically.
background dressing. They'll be acting
Okay.
in the background.
Okay.
So unless you specifically order a specific crew member to do something...
I'll have I'll have the 8 of them manning the ballista, and then I'll have Balin and Swen guarding them.
Okay, Fred does get to act, though. I'm going to go ahead and roll initiative for him. That'd be nice. 'Cause Fred is absolutely above deck.
I don't know how I feel about Fred.
You know how you feel about Fred?
I know how I feel about Fred. Fred is awesome.
You weren't here last week, McClain. Fred is awesome, though.
You guys should probably tell me about last week at some point. Can I go take a pee before this starts?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and grab a soda then.
Yep, me too.
And now it was just me and McDohl.
I
Yep.
have a wireless headset, so I have you
Oh.
unless I lose signal.
And it was sounding scratchy.
Good thing I didn't start talking shit about Destil.
Man, that Destil guy, such a nerd. A toilet butt.
And I have
butt.
8 temporary hit points, right?
You do. We're working on that assumption. That's fine. And you know what? My Warlock just took that invocation last night, so I'm going to be doing the same Munchkin Twinkie bullshit that you're pulling.
Why else would you have an at-will gain hit points thing if you're not going to just keep doing it until you get a good number?
The idea is that you have to take an action to use it, and during combat, you don't have the ability to sit there
Yeah,
and cast
during
it over and
combat
over.
it's actually relevant, but
Right.
outside of combat, well, let's do it every hour. That's the only thing we have for healing is me standing in the front and gaining temporary hit points every turn.
Tarin, what direction are you launching the lit ballistas in?
Off the side that I'm standing on.
But what direction is your ship facing? So I know what...
We were going southwest,
Yes.
so that would be here.
Okay, so you're firing off to the, what is that, northwest?
It would be northeast.
That's fine. Yeah, okay, you're firing off to the northeast. That's cool. As soon as everybody gets back, I get to kill all of you
Yay!
and go watch AGDQ highlights.
They didn't taunt the animals. I am sad.
Those poor frames.
Listen, it's not important whether the animals live or die. What's important is that people spent thousands and thousands of dollars on it.
I
All
love
right,
it.
back.
I think it's amazing.
Okay.
Actually, I need to fetch some water. I'm sorry, Brick Road.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Alright, game's over. I'm gone. Bye.
Wait, you didn't press the flip table button.
Actually, no, I'm a tard butt. I have water right here. Water. Excellent. I'm good. Never mind.
He already left.
Ah, delicious.
Oh, are you
delicious
back?
water.
Can we play the game now?
Yep.
Oh, we're ready to go? Okay. Just because we're all on McDohl's schedule here.
Yep,
Just
we
so
are.
Okay. Everybody position yourself on the deck where you are. That needs to happen first. Also, Fred and Swent here. And you had Balin on deck too, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna...
Where's the crow's nest?
On top of the masts. I guess
You
it would
can
be
be
on
in the
top of
other
the four
one if
masts.
you want.
Just pick one,
There's a
Zook,
mast
wherever you
there.
are.
I'm up here.
Okay. Do you want... I guess we'll just say crow's nest on both masts. That's fine. It's a fantasy vessel. We can deal. Tarin, you're standing over here.
Yep.
Fred is standing near you. That's not Fred.
I'm good.
This is Fred.
Hello, Fred.
Did you order Swent and Balin to be in a particular place?
Yeah, they're guarding the guys with the ballista.
They're guarding the guys.
Is
with
there going to be...
ballistas.
If I have to get down from this place, is there going to be movement or action to climb down?
Movement?
Okay.
You should just acrobatics it.
You could.
Just hop
You
down.
should just jump.
With an acrobatics check, you could take an action to get down, but I think you're... Well, how high do you suppose it is? I don't even know how tall a mast is supposed to be.
They're pretty darn tall.
thought
I
you said it
probably
was
need to
60
climb.
feet.
He has a dark vision range of 60 feet. He was trying to look
okay.
out at the sea ice. That's way more than 60 feet away, but I don't know how... Let's
How
say
long
it'll
is
take
it?
you a full... If you take your dash action and use double your movement, you can get down to the deck but not be able to attack when you get there. If
That's
with,
fine.
with a
Buddies are up.
successful acrobatics check, you could jump down or slide or swing or swashbuckle or whatever, land anywhere you wanted to on the ship and then take an action. But if you fail that check, you're going to take fall damage. How's that sound?
Sounds fair.
Okay.
Does you have a free dash though as a rogue, right?
I get a bonus action after my action. I get a bonus dash or hide or whatever.
Right, but it has to happen after his action, so there's not going to be anybody to attack on the crow's nest.
We could shoot an arrow and jump down though. Okay.
What direction are you looking, Zook? They're looking out to the northeast.
What direction am I looking?
Yes. Are you looking out? Because
Well-
he's been firing lit ballistas out to kind of gauge the encroaching sea ice.
Well, as much as I can, I mean, I'm definitely whatever direction he's firing ballistas into. I'm gonna keep an eye on those.
Roll a
I'm gonna
d8.
look in the opposite direction.
Both of you roll a d8 and tell me what number you get.
Both of.
Just the two in the crow's
Wait.
nests.
Okay.
The two in the crow's nest with dark vision.
Just roll a d8 and tell me what you get.
1 second.
got an 8.
I need to grab.
You got an 8?
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a perception check. DC 15.
I got a 3.
You got a 3. Okay, so you don't roll shit.
12 plus 4, so that's 16.
Looking out over the ice, something catches your eye just off to your left, and you look that direction, and you see streaks of whites headed for the ship at alarming speed. And before you're able to react, they arrive, and the entire ship is immediately engulfed in extremely thick fog. This fog counts as, basically it counts as everybody in the radius is blinded. What's the actual word for it? Total obstruct.
Heavily obscured.
Yes, heavily obscured. Thank you. That's the actual term for it. Everybody here is blinded, which means you make disadvantage on all checks unless you have a way to see through the fog. And it is Adric's action.
Trying to think here.
I mean, all of a sudden, from your perspective, all that happened was one moment you're looking out out into the darkness, and the next moment this fog just erupts. It seems like it comes from all directions at once, and it, as far as you can tell, it is everywhere. It doesn't feel like much of anything. The air feels noticeably colder, but other than that, it is just fog.
Radiant action. If anything jumps up over this area, it's about to get punched in the face before it'll even set foot on the deck.
How are you intending to detect if something comes up? You can't see.
Even when I'm that close to the edge.
You can feel where the deck is. I mean, if you were to hold your arm, well, you're a dwarf. You got short little arms.
Yeah.
But if you were to hold your arm out in front of your face, you could see your hand at the end of your vision as like a very vague blob. Beyond that, you don't have sight. I mean, you have disadvantage on attack rolls against a creature 5 feet away from you. So as far as the deck is concerned, you know where the edge of the deck is but you can't see down to the ice below, you would have to rely on some other sense. Like, are you listening for someone climbing up the ship? Are you... Like, how exactly do you... What are you expecting to happen?
I'm expecting to hear noises, things climbing up the side.
Okay. Well, Eldove described hooks. They use grappling hooks to get up the side of the boat.
All right, we'll watch for grappling hook. If I hear one snap into the end of the thing,
Okay.
then I will be ready for face punching.
So
if you
you've got...
feel a grappling hook in your skin.
You can control... My tab button didn't work. There it is. These 3 squares with that, because those are the 3 squares you threaten along the side of the boat. So if a grappling hook comes up in one of those squares, your ready to action is face punch.
It is face punch.
All right, and... Tarin, you hear. It's not your turn. I'm describing something to you, greedy bastard. You hear Fred draw his sword. Since you took his longsword away from him, he selected a somewhat ornate short sword out of the stores. He was able to talk you into giving him slightly better equipment than the rest of the crew would be issued. So he's now... it's not magical or in any nature, it's just well made. So he has a short sword. That's what he selected for himself. And now it's Eldove's action. Eldove, you did not see the streaks of white. It's just fog just erupted out of the ship, and now... That's it.
And I'm guessing dark vision isn't cutting it with seeing anything?
No, because it's not... Darkness is not the problem. The problem is obstruction in the air.
Alright, in that case...
Because there's light obstruction and there's heavy obstruction, and light obstruction is like some kind of small penalty or whatever, but then heavily obstruction, which this fog counts as, is you act as though you're blinded. I'll read the blinded just condition for you guys real quick, just so you know what you're working with, and because I don't have it memorized just yet. Conditions are fun. No, they're not. This is stupid. A blinded creature cannot see, automatically fails any ability check that requires sight, and attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. You are able to climb down without using an action. You don't have to make an ability check. You can just climb down. That's fine. If you have acrobatics, though, that doesn't really require sight, though. You can probably just slide down a rope easily enough.
Okay.
So it's Eldove.
Right, well, I am going to... There's not really much I can do until I hear some kind of action going on below.
Right now, it's very still. I mean, you're hearing, like, surprise coming up, emanating from the men below you, manning the ballistas at the sudden encroachment of this fog, but... Were you on deck before? Would you have been out on... Because the prince wouldn't have. He would have no reason to be out on deck. He would have been in his quarters this time of night.
I would have been in my quarters as well then.
Okay. That you were most likely asleep when all this went down. By the time you woke up... by the time you woke up, the ship was already heavily damaged, taking on water. The Sahagwin had already come and gone. And Humberth was already taken... And you and the rest of the prisoners had to rally around. By the time you already woke up, the fog had already dispersed. But you heard from the other prisoners what had happened.
Damn, I'm a heavy fucking sleeper.
Well, the thing is, you cast your sleep spell every night. So...
Yeah, good night's sleep. It's important.
He uses it as a snooze button. So what's your action?
Alright. I'm going to just wait, I guess. Like, I can't think of anything to really do.
Okay, wait. Tarin, what?
Cast Detect Magic.
On...
Well, I cast it and then I can
just detect
magic,
in the
so
area?
I'll detect magic. Yeah.
You receive faint readings from the ice below you that you checked earlier, but that's it. The fog itself doesn't react. Actually, hold on that for 1 second. I might...
Yeah.
I might go back on that. I should have foreseen you detecting magic here. That would have been the smart thing to think about a warlock who just walks around with detect magic active all the time. Which my Warlock
Paranoid.
totally does, by the way. Like,
I like how Brick is griping it at him for doing all the things that he does himself.
well, in the game we're playing Saturday nights. I'm playing with Vorpal. We're both playing Warlocks, but we're very different Warlocks. And Destil's like an amalgamation of the two of us together. No, the fog is not magical in nature. Not as far as you can tell with detect magic.
And the ice is up to the whole ship now? Right?
It's very difficult to make out through the fog.
But it has magical aura.
Yeah, but the magical aura, doesn't rely very much on vision, and even if it did,
Okay.
it'd be difficult to see in this fog. Like the ice is too far below you. But the fact that you can detect the aura tells you that it's very close.
I'm gonna feel my way over to where that brazier is and see if that's melting off any of the fog. It's non-magical.
You can see the brazier glowing behind you. You can see the flickering of the light, but you can't make out what it's in. Like anything that relies on vision, you're not going to be able to see. You can see the light from it, but you can't make out details.
Yes,
anybody sitting next to it.
If you've ever actually driven in fog, like you don't want to turn on your high beams when you drive in fog.
It bounces off all the fog, right?
Yeah,
but I'm wondering if it's not hot enough. If I walk over to the brazier and just look at it, it's not warm enough to start making the fog evaporate.
No, I mean it's not having any effect on the fog at all. It's not helping, but it's not hurting either. It's just you got a bowl of fire on the deck.
Well, I'll mage hand a brazier piece up, and I'll drop it and over the edge, and I'll throw a bunch more, as many as I can with my action, and then hopefully I'm going to go over to the edge next turn and see anything climbing up by seeing them obstructing the light behind it.
You can grab one piece of firewood this turn and throw it over the edge.
Okay.
Okay, so you do that. And you do it, and you hear a splash in the water next to the boat. So wherever the ice is, it hasn't encroached directly onto the hull of the ship yet. It's within the range of your detect magic, but it's not so close that when you throw the firewood over the end, you hear a splash and a hiss of steam.
Yeah, how are the fish people going to get through the ice if it's melted completely to the side of the hull?
Do you expect me to answer that question?
I figured they walked on the ice.
Or are you wondering aloud?
I'm just. This is Adam thinking.
Oh, okay.
This isn't Adric.
Zook. I typed Zookie. I'm sorry. That was dumb.
Zuki! I like it.
Everybody start calling him Zookie.
Maybe when we're in a little less going to die mode. So from my perspective, the fog, is it below me, or is it totally enveloping me even all the way up here in the crow's nest?
Engulfed you.
And the streaks of white that I saw, did they appear like they were below me, streaking towards the ship?
They were flying in the air. It would be hard to gauge their exact altitude. They streaked towards the ship. As they got closer, it seemed they broke off from each other.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you don't know what happened. After that, the fog dropped.
Where did I see these streaks from, relative to where I'm at?
You were facing off to the south when you saw them, but they caught your eye to the left. So they would have been coming from southwest.
Okay, so I guess.
I just rolled a d8 to see what direction they were coming from. That's it. That's what that was for. You got one off from what I rolled, so I allowed you a perception check to see it. Nodal was facing the entire other direction at the time. It was essentially random. But you have an action. Use it or lose it, nerd.
Point on the boat, point on the map where I saw the streaks at.
We said the boat. Okay, so Destil's looking out to the northeast, and I said the southeast, right? So
southwest.
God damn it! I don't even have the compass on the grid doesn't even face the direction the ship is facing at the moment. Let's put it this way. This is not really important information where it came from. It came from, let's say, this direction. It really doesn't matter. All that matters is that you saw it come. At this point now, the entire ship is enveloped in fog, though. Making me do extra work.
Man, I don't really have a good action. I guess I'm not going to do much good up here on this damn mast anymore. Let me take my... Can I take my movement to climb down?
Yes, if you take the dash action, that doubles your movement points, but you can't take another action. That'll put you down on the square of the masts, but you're just not on top of the mast. You're standing next to it, so
All right.
It's like right next to the masks where you end up.
You know what? I'm actually just gonna. Yeah, let's go on down there because it doesn't seem like there's gonna be much use for me being up there right now. I can always climb back up. Okay.
Okay.
I'm coming down because I can't see anything, and I'm like, well, this is useless.
Everybody roll a perception check. Well, you know what? Don't, because you're blinded. None of you notice anything.
Well, wonderful.
The air is still very still and very quiet for a couple of seconds, and it comes back around to Adric's turn.
Keep waiting.
So same act. You're readying. Same thing.
Yep, same thing.
Threatening those 3 squares.
There's faces that are about to be punching, and
well, you won't be able to see the faces. What you'll be able to do is either hear or sense the grappling hooks grabbing the hull of the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's going to be faces available, and I want to be first in on that.
Okay. And Fred has just kind of girded himself. He hasn't done much of anything else yet. He's kind of waiting on you, Tarin. That takes us to Eldove. You have another action now. Did Nodal die? Did he go somewhere?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just thinking.
Okay.
I guess I'll just head down to the deck as well.
Okay. Go ahead and put yourself on any of the 8 surrounding squares by the mast is fine. That's cool. That Mega Man texture didn't load in properly, but now it looks blue to me again. So I don't know what's up. Tarin.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
My tentacly mass is going to pick up one of these burning sticks, and then I'm going to sweep it 30 feet, like, behind, like, let me that button. I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to do, like, within 5 feet behind me, so I can see if there's anything between me and it.
You don't perceive anything there, no. I mean, it cuts right
Just
through the
Fred?
fog, and in fact, the edge of the stick, you perceive the glow of the fire, but you can't make out any details.
Right, so I'm using the stick, I'm moving it far behind me, and then I'm seeing if anything is between me and it, because I wouldn't be able to see the fire
is,
anymore.
I mean, Fred has
That's
to
you,
duck
right,
under as you
Fred?
take a swing at him. Fred's the purple one right here. This one
No,
here
I'm
is
saying,
Balin.
That's you, right, Fred? As I swing the fire past him.
He says, yes, and I'm not sure that that's the correct antidote to all this ice, but
If you see anything that blocks the fire that isn't one of us, stab it.
if I see anything, I'll let you know, he responds. Zook.
That's my turn.
Zamook.
I'm going to I'm going to stay crouched next to the mast and actually go into a hiding position. Not that because I assume whatever's coming after us can maybe see us. So I'm going to try to hide.
Okay, go ahead and roll your hide check, and then put yourself on the square you want to hide in.
11 plus what's my stealth? So that's 16.
Okay, go ahead and put where are you hiding at?
I'm behind the mast, like just where I'm at, just behind the mast.
Okay,
Just
so
right there.
okay, yeah, easily enough. I mean, you get into a position down low by the mast where you think you have the jump on anything that comes in your range of vision. But again, your range of vision is nil at this point.
Yeah, I know. I don't have anything useful to do right now that I can think of.
And at that,
It's butts is the field of vision.
Oh God, I hear stuff spawning.
Tink, 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 tink.
Oh man, it's adorable little guys.
you like these? Here,
I don't like that their feet move. It makes me nervous.
Let me get him set up, and I'll zoom in on him. There was a 6th one. Where did he go?
Don.
Who stole him? Who stole my 6th lizard man?
There he is.
There he is. Let's actually get in there and look at one of these guys.
Oh, he's using acrobatic.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a nice little stick. Ah!
Oh, he runs! I love it.
Ah, yeah! Ha ha! Ah! No, get back up.
I like the death animation. That's fun.
Okay.
The tongue is a nya, nya. Oh, he's got a tongue animation too. That's adorable.
You hear clanking on the side of the vessel. Adric, you hear a hook hit right here.
Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude.
Go ahead and take your ready to action. Remember, your attack roll is at disadvantage because you are blinded.
He's gonna jump off that ship.
What's my disadvantage at?
You roll 2d,
All right.
2d20, take the lower one.
Yeah, I know. All right, so well, it looks like it's probably going to be a 3. Nope, yep, it's a 3.
It's a 3?
Yeah, plus
Okay.
5 is 8.
You hear a grappling hook attached to the side of the ship, and you snap your head in that direction, and within seconds, you see a vague shape peer up over the hull, and you swing at it wildly, but you misjudge the distance, and you just catch air in front of it. And before you know it,
They're here!
there is a Sahagwin on the ship.
Bloom. They have a little walking animation too. It's adorable.
Yeah, it's adorable when they stab you in the face.
They will. Trust me. Adric, your turn. Back top of the order again.
All right, well, this guy's right up on my grill now, huh?
He is up on your grill. What are you going to do about his grill?
I'm going to rearrange it slightly.
Slightly?
Still at disadvantage?
Yes. Disadvantage. You cannot see.
Thanks for that 4 on the disadvantage game. That really helps. Yeah. 9.
9 does not hit. So, yeah, this Sahagwin, he didn't duck or evade your blow at all. You just totally misjudged the distance. And he pulls himself up onto the deck. And you can't tell what he's doing. You can't even tell he's Sahagwin. You only know he's like a vaguely humanoid-shaped mass. And so, again, you square off and you try to get at him, but it's very difficult to engage him, even at this distance in the fog.
I actually zoomed in on this guy's head, and he has a very detailed tongue texture.
He does. they're actually lizard men. I don't have a Sahagwin model, but that's okay. Fred.
Are you saying Lizardmen and Swagan are the same thing? Jesus.
That's
Racist.
racist.
That's racist, yeah. Fred pulls out his lute, and you hear the melody, Tarin. So you have a D6 Bardic Inspiration die that you can use on any save, attack roll, or ability check.
Okay.
Let me see when that lasts.
I think it's 10 or 1 minute.
It actually just says you have the die, so you can use it whenever you want. So you have it until you use it during this combat, as long as he's playing. So he's strumming his lute, and he's giving you the buff. So you have a Bardic Inspiration D6. You can add that to any kind of roll. But it's not your turn, it's Eldove's turn.
Alright, so, do I know that McDohl is fighting something in that general direction?
You don't. You heard the clunks of grappling hooks at these 6 positions, and he has not made any noise since. You can't.
No, I shut it out and said they're here.
Well, yeah, but everybody knows they're here because everybody heard the grappling hooks. That's why I put them on the boat. You know approximately where they came up. But as far as McDohl being engaged, you can't tell that he's fighting anything.
Well, all I need is an approximate location, because I'm just going to cast an Acid Splash.
Okay.
And
No,
I'm
you-
just going to target it.
You don't need to roll
I'm
to
gonna
hit
just-
for Acid Splash, do you? It's just
Nope.
one creature within
They-
range or 2 creatures within range that are within 5 feet of each other. Yes.
Yep, so I'm just going to target the this one right here that McDohl's standing right next to.
Okay. And
But I'm not going to target McDohl, obviously.
I thank you for it.
No, you don't have to target McDohl. The way I'm reading the spell is you can target 2 creatures at 5 when they're 5 feet within each other, but you don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just needs to make a dexterity saving throw against my DC of 15.
And he fails. Go ahead and roll that damage. He takes, what, a d6?
Yeah. I think. Yeah, 1d6 acid damage. Okay.
Roll it, fool!
I neglected to grab a d6. Whoop! I'm bringing it back.
I'm sorry that the d6 have pips. I know, they don't have ones with numbers.
Alright, 2.
2 damage? Alright. Let me mark that off here. Oh, shit, that was the wrong computer. I'm pushing buttons on the wrong goddamn computer. I'm a moron. First world problems. I have too many computers.
Hashtag.
So, you launch the acid splash, drawing up the draconic blood in your veins, and you congeal out of the moisture in the air this bubble of acid, and you fling it in the direction where you know one of the hooks hit the vessel. And you hear it connect. You hear the hiss of acid, and you hear the hiss of the Sahagwin when he gets hit. But other than that, you don't see anything. Adric, you feel the sudden heat of this acid hitting this Sahagwin, and none of it hits you, but you can tell it's been injured somehow. You can tell it's definitely not happy about having a bubble of acid thrown in its face.
Good. I hope he likes that, because he's gonna like getting punched in the face even less.
Oh, you got to roll the hit eventually. You haven't seen it happen yet. Tarin, what are you doing, man?
All right. So the torch thing isn't working. Having heard the 2 hooks come up, I'm going to move to about here. I obviously don't see, so I might get an attack of opportunity since I'm not really watching. Like,
you weren't standing next to. The thing is, though, they can't see either. They have the same disadvantage as you do in the fog, so they wouldn't.
And I'm going to move to here, and I'm going to cast. Oh, I got a 3rd dice because I'm 2nd level spell slots now.
Ooh.
I'm going to cast Arms of Hadar.
Do it.
So they have to make a strength save.
Okay, which ones? Just the one you were facing?
Everything within 10 feet of me.
Everything within 10 feet of you.
Yeah.
So you're not within 10 feet of much of anybody, though. Oh, no, this one's he's outside 10 feet, because he's catty-cornered to you.
Moving, like, roughly here. I mean, I'm basically moving to get both of these guys.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Let me roll strength saves. Your spell DC is what?
Checking that right now. 13.
13? They both pass. What do they take? Half damage?
Half damage, which is, they took 50, it was 15, so they take 7 each.
7 each, cool.
So, yeah, tentacles in the mist.
Yay!
And then he takes...
I do like mist tentacle.
I'm not going to describe it because no one can see it.
You see nothing.
You hear something. It doesn't sound very good. It sounds otherworldly and terrible.
Just like everything else.
Alrighty, Zook.
Well, while crouching in the corner in the dark, waiting for death, I remember that a while back I stole these silver daggers that nobody knows about, so I neglected to ever get them checked for any kind of magic or anything useful.
No, actually, as I recall, they were detected for magic.
Yeah, we did magic detect those. I don't
sorry
think you stole those.
I told you I stole those?
We definitely detected magic on them. I don't remember.
They're not magical. They're just silver.
You might have had them. You had them on you, and I did detect magic that would have picked you up because you were in the room.
Okay. At any rate, just on a wild hunch, while hiding in my corner, I pull out my silver dagger and wave it around in the fog to see if I can literally cut through the fog with it.
You cannot.
Okay. Yeah, it was worth a shot. I stay hidden.
Okay.
Damn, I wish I had seen that so I could make fun of him.
Look at this moron just waving daggers around.
You hear movement on the deck as these Sahagwins start to dart inward where the soldiers are, and you start hearing the fighting amongst the men in the middle of the deck, where Balin and Swent are, but none of them attack you, except for you, Adric. You're kind of an asshole just standing there.
Really an asshole.
As far as this Sahagwin was concerned, you hit it with an acid splash. So
fine, whatevs.
Whatevs, I know. You have full HP, right? Yes. So
that's why I've been very quiet.
What is your AC? 16?
16.
He hits.
Hey, Bricker, fuck your dice. Seriously.
And he misses. Okay. You feel this thing rake at you with its claws.
Mm-hmm.
And they come across your upper torso for 3 damage.
Okay.
Slashing across your upper chest. And what he's trying to do is grab you and bring you into bite, but he didn't really get a good grip. So you hear the jaws snap shut, but the bite does not actually connect.
Jaws? Those are the best parts to punch.
It's your turn, so why don't you stop talking about it and do it?
Man up and punch some jaws.
Okay, 12 plus 5 is 17, but my disadvantage... Okay, well, it's
gotta
going to be
take
17 because I rolled a nat 20 on
Gotta
that.
take the 17, but that will hit. He's got the AC you're looking for is 12.
Alright. D4 plus 4. 5 damage.
Okay.
Bonus hit. 7.
Bonus
7.
hit misses. So how much damage did you do with that?
5.
5?
Get a good solid right hook.
You hear the jaws snap shut right in front of you, and then you immediately just instinctively swing around and you feel your fist break against this thing's just scales and teeth. You get a really good hit in there.
Yes!
But then you swing back around with the left, so you get the bonus hit, and it just ducks under the blow.
Mm-hmm.
Fred. Nobody oh. I guess I was close. I probably should actually check his attack stats. It's plus 5. You hear Fred shout as he jabs out with his short sword. And you hear this guy here hisses loudly as he gets stabbed. I don't know damage for a short sword. I didn't write that down. Does anybody know it?
D6. At least it was in previous versions.
D6 sounds right.
It does sound right. Don't bother looking it up. I'm already going with D6. I've already made that decision.
Whatever you got, it's a D6 sword.
Judgment.
Yeah.
It is a D6.
Okay, good. Actually, I need to organize this a little better on my end. So I can see which ones have been attacked and which ones have not. I'm doing this on another computer, which is why none of the chat can see me right now.
Oh no! What did you do?
Why?
I clicked in the window and I went flying.
Everything happened.
Kirby, why?
All of the bad.
Kirby went ham.
You hear from Fred's direction as he shouts out as he jabs forward with his short sword, and you hear the Sahagwin let out a hiss. Eldove.
Alright, well, I'm going to... How do attacks of opportunity work in this version?
I don't actually like attack of opportunity rules, so my preference would be to not have them at all. But the way I'm doing it is if you move away from a monster you're currently engaged with, either you've hit them or they've hit you with an attack in the past round, they get an attack of opportunity on you. In order to use an attack of opportunity, you have to use your reaction, and you only get one of those per turn. So you can only take one attack, at most one attack of opportunity per turn. So you can move away from these guys safely.
With either of these two nerds.
Right.
So I'm gonna back the fuck up. Over here.
See, McDohl, this is how a level 1 character gets through a session without going down to 0 HP.
Nope.
And I'm going to cast an acid splash right here to hit these
Right
two.
in the middle.
No balls.
All right, and that was a dex save or a strength save? I forget.
That is a dex save
A dex save.
of 50.
They both fucking fail. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
All right. Is it like 40 where you just roll damage once?
Just roll the damage once and I'll apply it. Yeah. I mean that's my preference anyway. So.
2.
2 damage.
Yep.
And yeah, you fling your acid splash out, and it connects, and you hear the hissing of the acid on both of them. Tarin.
Tarin is going to move across the deck to where he can hear the most Shahagin and cast Arms of Hadar again. So
Okay. Where are you centering it
I
on?
think this will get... It's always centered on myself.
It's always centered, so, but it's indiscriminate, so you're actually also going to get Balin from here.
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
I don't have much... I can't see him at this point, so...
If you're this close, you can make out the vagueness of his
okay.
shape. You know he's standing there. In fact, you think he's fighting one of the other Sahagwin. You think they've exchanged
Okay,
blows.
if I see that, then I'm going to try and keep moving until I won't get him. So
In
I'm gonna
fact,
try and
you
move
think
to
it would
about
be
here.
funny to hit him with the arms of 50.
So even though I don't see Zook, the full cover from the thing should hopefully protect him, but I wouldn't know he's there anyway, so...
You would, yeah. Well, you
That's
have
what
no
gets
idea
these
where
three.
Zook is. This is your best guess. All right, yeah. Go ahead and they have to roll strength against the arms.
Yeah, they got a strength against, I think it's a 13. Yeah.
Okay. And roll damage on that.
7.
7 damage?
Product.
Okay.
Yep.
What's half of that? 4? No, 3.
3.
3.
And I am all tentacled out.
And yeah, you pull the arms out again from the blackness of the void into the realm beyond human madness. The tentacles lash out in all directions, and you really can't tell what the effects are, but you know that they've engaged all 3 of these Sahagwin now. So you damage them, but you're not sure exactly how much. You can't tell at all how effective it was.
They just disappear beyond the mist. Yep.
Zook! How you doing, man?
When he does all that tentacle-ness, do I hear what's going on pretty well from where I'm at?
You feel the lashing of the tentacles around the mass, but from where you're hiding, they don't reach you. So you know that Zook wasn't here last week, so he doesn't know about the tentacles. So no, all you hear the wet slapping of tentacles against the mast, and you hear Sahagwin behind you, hissing and spitting as the spell connects. But nothing actually, and that's not a lasting effect. That's an instant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because the hunger of Hadar is the good one you get later. Okay. But yeah,
I was wondering,
the arms quickly retract. Within a matter of seconds, they're gone.
What I was wondering is if I could step out here and loose an arrow in this general direction.
You can target whoever you want with an arrow, just you do so at disadvantage.
That's fine. Well, I'd step out and I target an arrow at this dude because I heard him getting hit by something.
Tab him. This one here?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll it with disadvantage.
Alright. So we got... what is my initiative? Oh wait, it's my...
Yeah, you should have it listed under attacks. You're using your...
Oh yeah.
You don't have... Oh, you have a bow. Yeah, it's +5.
So
13? That hits. That 13 hits. Don't roll lower than that, though.
13 or...
Nope, you miss. You swing around with your bow.
On.
Okay, what are you doing?
Hold on. I take my bonus action to get the hell back behind this pillar.
Well, you actually have to take a bonus action to do that. You can split your movement up. Because you only move about 5 feet out, then you can move 5 feet. You can move, then attack, then move.
Then I take my bonus action to go back into hiding.
Okay, go ahead and roll that. Because you've left cover and you're going back in. That you do not.
What's a bonus action?
I have Thieves' Cunning, 14 plus Stealth, 19.
Did fourth edition have move minor standard?
Yeah, it's like a minor or a swift action in 3rd edition.
But there's not like a list of bonus actions you can take. You only get to take a bonus action if you have a feature or an ability that specifically gives it to you. Like
you can't trade down anymore either.
Right.
Yeah, I can dash, disengage, or hide after I take an action.
All right.
I'm looking at your spells to see, because some spells have a casting time of bonus action. Those spells you'll be able to cast in conjunction with a regular action, but I see you don't have any yet.
Yeah, I don't have any.
And the one caveat with that is your other action can't be casting a non-cantrip.
So yeah, looking at your sheet right now, Eldove, you can't take any bonus actions. You don't have anything to take. So that was good old Zook.
You know, I just gotta say, I love the attention to detail and care that they put into making this snake mini's butt. The snake butt is fantastic, I just gotta say.
I don't know, we're sitting right next to the snake butt. Oh, you mean Snake the character?
Yeah,
Zook.
yeah, no. This guy.
Everybody's looking at Zook's ass right now.
See, I was looking at the Swagin's ass, and I was just like, I don't know, next to this snake butt.
Tarin, you've not taken an action this turn, right?
I just cast.
I mean, a reaction. You haven't taken a reaction.
No.
You have an attack of opportunity against Jones here if you want to take it. He's about to move past you.
Jones.
You were engaged with him this round. You do so at disadvantage, of course.
So that hits 15, and the worst one, because it's never better,
Is 2, so. This arrow hisses past this Sahagwin's head, so he knows there's something in that direction. And he goes to move past you, and you try to take your attack of opportunity, but even with his magical longsword, he gets right past you. And Zook, this Sahagwin blows right past you with the mask, and he's looking around. he's searching for you, but your hide check was pretty good, and there's thick ass fog. So,
Mm-hmm.
and this one here, misses, and then there's one on Adric,
Yep.
misses, and then there's 2 on Tarin.
Do I get any kind of reaction when that guy walks past me?
No, you get nothing.
My AC is higher than it might be on that sheet now. Let me look, because I picked up the shield. 16 now.
It's 16.
Yeah.
Okay, one of them hits.
Oh, it's on there. Okay, good.
It is on there.
Yeah.
Okay, they're all at disadvantage too. They can't see any better than y'all can. But one of them hits, so... And then the bites. Okay, so... The Sahagwin nearest to you close in on you and start raking at you with their claws. And they're having difficulty hitting you. I mean, you kind of... It's not even very tricky to dodge them. They're having difficulty seeing. But one of them actually does manage to rake you across the face. 5 damage.
Okay.
Did everyone else just get an achievement for that?
Yeah, I just got an achievement for that as well.
I already gotten that achievement for making little guys
Yeah, me
dance. And we're back to Adric. How you doing, man?
How am I doing? Well, there's a guy at my grill. About ready to...
Are you gonna finally punch this grill you keep talking
I
about?
touched the grill once.
Kirby, you need to protect me from this grill.
I'm sorry.
Roll save versus grill.
Save versus grill.
Yeah.
That's a 15. My crappier roll is going to be a 2, probably. 14.
That hits. Go ahead and do your
Ball
your bonus attack. See, like, Nodal, what he's doing is a monk. Whenever you take a melee attack with a monk weapon or unarmed, they get to use their bonus action to take an additional unarmed attack. That's why he's getting 2 attacks.
All right, that's cool.
That's an example of a
Alright,
bonus
so,
action.
he just took 8 damage.
What did your bonus attack hit?
I haven't taken it yet.
Well, we'll take it.
Uh, 19 or...
7.
Not 19.
So once again, you clap this thing in the face, and you said 8 damage?
Yep.
You clap it hard, and you feel the weight of your blow carry into this creature, and you just knock it bodily to the ground. It just slumps back over this ballista here. And good
How
old
do
Fred.
non-lethal attacks work in this version?
If you bring a creature down to
Before-
0 HP, it's up to you whether or not it dies. There are no non-lethal attacks. Just when it hits 0, it's up to you whether or not that creature is dead.
Oh man, I can't wait to cast non-lethal fireballs.
I might hand wave it away if it makes absolutely no sense. Like if you incinerate a motherfucker, I might just say there's no way he survived that. But that's how Warwick survived. They brought him down like -6 hit points. But I don't want to kill him. We're goody goodies.
There's old Adric. This
Yeah.
stupid morals.
Fred
I'm killing the
rolls.
fuck out of these Swaggin. I'm telling you what. Well, I am if I do ever more than 2 damage.
Fred rolled a
Your damage
natural
is better than
20,
Most people.
and he rolled a 3. So too bad for Fred. Eldove.
All right, did this dude attack me? Can I
Which
back
dude?
away from him?
Nobody's attacked you.
All right, I'm gonna keep not being nearby.
Where would you like to move to?
Right here, I'm thinking.
And do you take the direct path by the mast, or do you take this circuitous route up around the upper deck?
2, 3, 4. I'm gonna take a slightly. Actually,
Well,
you know
we're
what?
gonna say you got
I'm
6 squares. You're gonna move up there.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna move here.
Okay.
This is a good spot for me.
And what do you do?
I am going to do. I'm just gonna keep being boring. I'm gonna acid splash this dude right here.
Which one? Put him over.
The one near me.
One in front of you. Okay, go ahead and make his save here. And roll damage.
Okay.
Nice.
6.
Sploosh.
Tarin.
Acid sploosh.
I'm going to go ahead and stab the guy in front of me, hopefully.
Which guy in front of you? You got 2 guys in front of you, son.
The one in the middle of the ship.
This one here?
Center.
Okay.
Yeah. So that hits it hits. It's 14.
That'll hit.
This is plus 3. 6.
If I start
Yes.
feeling like these guys have taken a lot of damage, I'll toss a sleep their way. But
It's
you-
for 6 damage.
All right, you stab the one in front of you. I guess you slash at him with your longsword.
Yep.
And yeah, you get a good meaty hit in there. You feel your sword cleave into its scales, but it still stands.
That's it for my turn.
Mr. Zook.
I saw this dude, like, this guy's close enough that I have a pretty good beat on him, right? Because I saw him go by.
You still attack him with disadvantage, but yes.
Yeah.
Which
but
means
I
you
know
can't
he's dead.
backstab him because you don't have advantage on the roll.
Right, but I can still take a swipe at him. So,
Sure.
I'm going to use my rapier because that's my most powerful melee weapon,
Okay.
and hopefully hit him. So that's 6 plus 5 is 11.
That doesn't hit. Don't even bother rolling the second one because you had disadvantage.
All right. And then I'm going to back the hell off because I don't want to be next to him.
Now here's the problem with that.
What's that?
Stabbing him counts as an attack, which means you're engaged.
I
So
can
then-
disengage.
But you can't take both actions on the same turn. Can you disengage as a bonus action?
That's
Yeah,
one of my
you can.
bonus
That's his rogue
actions.
Okay,
thing.
then yeah,
Yeah.
you can totally do it. Go ahead. But you
Yeah.
can't
I can
disengage and then
back up
hide.
because I moved.
You can back up, but
Huh?
you can't
Yeah.
hide.
I can't do both that, but I can
Got it.
disengage and then just sort of run away.
Okay, so yeah, as a rogue, you can stab him and then disengage, so you can move away without him getting the attack of opportunity.
Right, or
Cool.
I can use my bow and then run and hide.
Okay. Nope, that works perfectly. I mean, you jab at where you think he is, but it was just a trick of the mist. And he wasn't standing where he thought he was standing, and then, oh shit, I don't know where this guy is standing, and you back off to the... So, and you
I'm
know
a bit of a coward.
you know that you're not hidden at this point. You know that you're no longer being stealthy at this moment.
I'm not hidden, except that I'm hidden by the mist.
Right. Well, I mean,
By the
what
fog.
he did is he had to take an action to make an active perception check, and he failed it against your stealth.
Yeah.
I mean, I made him take it at disadvantage anyway because of the fog.
Yeah.
So, all
Word.
right. Tarin, you get an attack of opportunity on this Johnson if you want one. Actually, no, you already took an attack of opportunity, didn't you? You did.
But my turn came up since then. So this should be my new reaction for this round.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead. You can take one. You got it.
Whoa!
That hits.
Look at
18
that.
or
Double
18?
18s.
Yeah, it'd probably be smart for me to just grab 2 dice next time.
9
I roll.
damage.
9
Yeah.
damage. Okay. And Fred misses. You start hearing the muffled screams of the sailing men you have in the middle of the boat. The Sahagwin are moving away from dangerous opponents and starting to grab at other people. Eldove, especially, from the back of the ship, you hear a shriek, a woman screaming at the back of the ship. And Eldove, you make out the chaos of a struggle through the mists here, but you can't actually make out any details of what's happening.
So what are, like, if I was to cast sleep, right?
Uh-huh.
What would each of those people do? Like, are they the lowest HP creature? Like,
Does it work on current or max HP?
it works on current.
On current? So, yeah, what I would do is look at everybody in the radius, you'd roll the dice, and then the lowest HP creature would fall asleep first, and then up from there until you're out of dice.
Well, I'm talking about people who aren't, like, actual characters. Like, they don't have...
The spell would be less effective if you put it in this area because there's more people standing here, but you have no idea how many people. But they only have a couple. They're based on commoners. They have like 6 hit points apiece. So if you were to cast sleep in the middle of the ship, you probably wouldn't get any creatures or any PCs.
Alright, well, I'm going to cast it over, in this direction-ish.
Okay, tab the square, and then it's what, 20 feet?
Yeah, well, it's not actually this square. I'm going to cast it such that the edge of the lip is, like, over here. I'm going to cast it a little off the ship.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm going to have a little bit of variance in there because you can't see, so you're not gonna actually know for sure. But yeah, go ahead and roll it.
So basically, you're trying to get these two guys.
Yeah, basically I'm trying to get those two guys.
The two of them. Okay, well they are 5, 10, 15. They're 20 feet apart. So to get
the spell has 30-foot range.
Is it 30? Or is it? I thought it was 20. Let me double check.
Is that a radius?
Oh, it's 20-foot radius.
The point is, you'd have no problem getting them both if you wanted to, but you have no idea who else is standing here.